Hello, can you all hear me okay? Awesome. So I'm gonna try to stay in one area of the stage. I just had knee surgery 7 weeks ago, so it's a little hard to walk, so bear with me. Today we're gonna talk about YouTube. How many people have a YouTube channel here? All right, hence why you're here. And if you don't, that's okay. We're gonna go through a lot of optimization techniques, so if you're just starting out from scratch, you'll have a really good baseline. Now, think about a time when you wanted to know something. Like, when's the last time you wanted to know something? Thanksgiving is coming up. Maybe you were thinking, oh, how long should I actually cook a turkey? Or what's the weather gonna be in Boston this week for a conference I'm gonna attend? Or where's the best lobster roll in Boston for after the conference? You probably headed to Google, right? And if you're a psychopath, Bing or Yahoo, but we don't talk about that. Now think about the last time that you wanted to learn how to do something. You probably went to YouTube, right? I know I did when I just had surgery. I had to look at different ways to do physical therapy. I've wanted to cook ethnic dishes before, so I'd go to YouTube because they were so difficult to understand in writing. Any time that you want to learn how to do something, you probably watch a video on it, right? Cool. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to drop a few stats on you all. So the first, 1.9 billion people log into YouTube every single month. That's half the internet every single day. And they're watching billions of hours of video. YouTube is the second most visited website in existence, according to Alexa.com, not the voice assistant Alexa. And it was the top downloaded iOS app last year. 70% of the millennial audience watched a video on how to do something last year. I can't tell you how many videos I've watched of trying to perfect that smoky eye for the weddings that I have to go to. Still can't do it, but I'm getting close. YouTube's a very big deal. So how many people in here are familiar with search engine optimization, or SEO? Raise your hand. Awesome. So that's my deal. That's my shtick. I do search engine optimization for a living. And when we think about YouTube keyword research, it's very similar to how we do research for search engine optimization. You look at what your competitors are doing. You look at keywords that have high search volume, low competition. And one of my favorite ways to begin with YouTube research is just simply by looking at the YouTube auto-suggest features. So if you type a keyword into YouTube, just like you type a keyword into Google, you're going to be presented with a list of recommended keywords that are all relevant to the keyword that you're typing in. Those are semantic keywords, and they're actually keywords people are searching on YouTube. So when you're thinking about creating a video, start off with keyword research, because video marketing is way too expensive to just create a video about nothing that no one's ever going to find. So look at what people are finding, look at what people are asking questions on, and create content for that. Now within the YouTube Analytics Traffic Source Report, which is directly in YouTube Analytics, based on whatever video analytics you're looking at, you can also get some pretty Easter egg keywords in there. A lot of the times those keywords that are showing up are gonna be keywords that you're actually trying to optimize for. But definitely take a look at those analytics, because you might find a keyword that can spur a new YouTube video. And I'm gonna get into an awesome example at the end of this presentation that actually shows how we can spy on our competitors' tags and title. Basically, it's this cool scraper that we can use, and in a matter of seconds, you can see all 800 videos that your competitor has created and try to do something similar. And when we think about crafting YouTube content, it's also important to consider Google owns YouTube. Google shows YouTube videos in search engine results. So if you can craft a video that will also show in those search engine results, it's the bang for your buck, right? You can be found on Google and you can be found on YouTube. So little fun fact, Google loves how-tos, reviews, tutorials, funny videos, cat videos, dog videos, fitness and sports, okay? So when we think about doing our job, there are tools out there that can help us with a lot of this. It's not all manual. If you Google right now any YouTube free keyword research tools, you're gonna find a lot. My favorite is TubeBuddy. This is a picture of TubeBuddy Videolytics. And basically on any YouTube video on the platform, you can see what their title is, how many shares they got, did they get shared on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, what are their tags, do they have a high-res thumbnail, all of these best practices. So you can see, okay, if I YouTube this keyword, here's the video that's showing up in the first position. Use this tool to see if they're checking all their boxes. And if they're not, create a better video that does. Now I'm gonna get a little bit into the YouTube algorithm. Us SEOs love algorithm talk, am I right? Yeah. So YouTube actually tells us a lot of what they want when you're crafting a video, unlike Google. And one of the two most important factors within the YouTube algorithm is audience intent and audience interaction. So we want to keep people watching the video, and we want to keep people engaging with the video. So how do we do this? Well, I'm going to tell you. So when we think about the YouTube algorithm, we have audience retention and audience interaction. And under those are video comments, the number of people that subscribe after watching our video, the amount of people that share the video across social media, the amount of people that click our video from search results, aka click-through rate, the amount of thumbs up and thumbs down, and how long our video is. So let's jump into it. Audience retention. I'm gonna go through 3 best practices for keeping people to watch your video. The first, you wanna start your video off with a brief summary of your video. How many people have gone onto YouTube, clicked a video, and at the 3-minute mark, you still haven't even found your answer? Happens all the time, okay? After your brief summary of what you're going to talk about in your video or what the video is going to be about, then you want to jump immediately right into your useful content. You don't want to pause, you don't want to make the user basically think they're not going to get the answer, because that's going to drive people away from the video and it's not going to drive up your audience retention. Now, I know you all are dying to get to the 3rd tip, but first, did you ever think how many people actually leave after the first 10 seconds of your video? Think about it. I'm going to get back to that. And next up, use open loops to preview things that will come up in the future end of the video. This is to make sure that people stay with the video to find that answer. Do you see what I did there? I used an open loop. So, by the way, 20% of people will start your video and leave after 10 seconds. The next is audience interaction. And I'm going to go through all of these different metrics, but the first is commenting on videos, do people subscribe, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's get into it. Video comments send a really strong signal to the YouTube gods. They love when our audience comments on our videos, and it's directly correlated with ranking. So how do you get people to comment on your videos? You ask them. In the beginning of the video, in the end of the video, you ask them to comment. And a sneaky way to win at the war of SEO is to respond to those comments using relevant keywords. The amount of people that watch our video and then subscribe after also sends a really positive signal to YouTube. So we want to make sure that after people are watching our video, they hit that subscribe button. And it can be in multiple areas. It could be underneath the video, or it could be a video overlay, which we'll get into. But how do we get people to subscribe? We ask them. At the beginning of the video, hey, welcome to my video. This is what we're going to talk about. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. And at the end of the video, do the same thing. If your video sucks, no one's going to watch it. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. And if your video sucks, no one's going to share it on social. But if your video is really good, people are going to share it. And what YouTube loves is when you bring people from other channels onto their own platform. Facebook plays this game, Instagram plays this game, and YouTube plays this game where the more people are on the platform, the more ads they're seeing and the more money they're making. So if you're sending your Facebook audience, your Twitter audience, your Instagram audience onto YouTube, they're gonna be like, that girl's doing good. Like I'm gonna boost her up in the search engine results for a little bit of this time. So definitely think about that when you're creating videos. Don't create videos that suck. Now you might think if you had a thumbs up or a thumbs down, thumbs up is going to be a positive signal, thumbs down is going to be a negative signal, but that's not really how it works. In the eyes of YouTube, a thumbs up or a thumbs down is going to be valuable for that audience interaction. Thumbs up is better when it comes to discoverability. So if someone who has a really popular channel thumbs up your video can then show up on their video's recommended videos. So you're basically giving yourself the availability to show up to that audience. But whether you have a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it doesn't necessarily matter for the algorithm. It just means people are interacting with your video, so YouTube likes it. And click-through rate from the YouTube search results. This is also super important in both Google SEO and YouTube SEO. YouTube knows when someone searches for your keyword, finds your video, and then clicks on it. So you want to make sure that you create ways to stand out within those search results, and I'm going to get to a few of those examples in a little bit. Unfortunately, for video length, I can't give you a magic number. I can't say videos that are 5 minutes and 21 seconds long do the best. There's no such metric that exists, and don't ask anyone for it. But what you can do is do your competitive research. If you're looking to create a video that's optimized for a specific keyword, look at the competitors who are ranking in position 1, position 2, position 3, see how long their videos are, and do something similar. It could be 10 seconds low, like not as long, or it could be 15 seconds longer. Make it a little bit in the same ballpark, and it could put you up for success. So now that we know a little bit about the YouTube algorithm, that audience retention and audience interaction are super important, it's also very important to focus on the search engine optimization of your actual YouTube video. So I put together this handy little graph chart, and the first thing that I want to point on is in your video, it's very important to say your keyword. So YouTube can obviously transcribe what we're saying, and they're pretty good at it. But what's important is if we have curses in our video, they're going to see that, and they're actually going to bump you down in the search results. So be cognizant when you're crafting your script not to fucking curse, okay? The video title is also very similar to optimization techniques in the world of SEO on Google. It's very important to have your keyword towards the beginning of that title. It's proven that having parentheses, brackets, and numbers all help entice click-through rate. So when you're thinking about ways to optimize your video title in a way that's going to get people to click, try playing around with numbers and brackets and capitalizations. A video description, this is an area where I'm shocked to see that more and more people don't take advantage of this video description area. Many people just put a couple sentences, maybe they leave it blank, but you have 5,000 characters to work with here. And what's really cool is that the first 2 sentences or so of your description acts like a meta description in other areas of the internet. So if your channel shows up in YouTube search results versus an individual video, your first title will come up within that description. If someone is searching for the video on Google and it happens to pop up, the first 160 or so characters are going to show up in search engine results. So that first 2-sentence area of your meta description should be that clickbaity, like kind of lingo to get people to click through and come onto that video. Definitely make sure if you don't want to do the whole 5,000 characters, do at least 250 words minimum and include your semantic keywords, include your primary keyword, include semantically relevant keywords within that description itself. And be aggressive with sending people to your newsletter or sending people to certain areas of your website that you want them to visit. If you're creating a shortened version of an article that's just another piece of great media, drive traffic to that article so that they can read more about it if they want to. And the video tags are like SEO from 15 years ago in the meta keywords field, so I kind of love it. But you basically want to stuff your keywords. So your main keyword, variations of the keyword, and any categories that are related to those keywords. I put together this handy little template to show you visually, because I'm a visual learner. So we have our 2-sentence meta description, about 250 words under that, and then we have our social media links and any links that we want to drive traffic to on our site. At my company, we started exploring using affiliate links. So if you're currently working with affiliate partners and getting small revenue opportunities from sharing Amazon links or Skim links, this is also a great opportunity to see if you can get some bang for your buck there. So now that we know how to optimize our video and how to make a video that's really great for audience interaction and audience intent, it's time to amplify the heck out of that video. Is anyone familiar with the first 48? So the first 48 hours that you post that YouTube video on YouTube are the most important hours of that video's lifetime. If you get a maximum number of views within that window, YouTube is going to see this video as very popular, and they're going to give you a boost in your rankings that can last for the entire duration that that video is on YouTube. So you really want to think about your amplification schedule when you are posting these YouTube videos. Don't post it, let it sit, and then meet with your marketing team in 3 weeks and think, how can we get views on this video? No. Everything should be based around the launch of that video. So meet with your email team, meet with your social media team, meet with your content team. All of these promotions should go live at once so that the maximum number of people are driven to this video on YouTube during that window. Now I want to talk to you about the boogie strategy. Not even one laugh. I was joking. It's the bogey strategy. None of you are paying attention. So what you want to do is use blue, orange, green, and yellow in your thumbnails. Your thumbnails are the small image that shows up that's basically like the window to your video. So why, you ask? Because when we look at YouTube, YouTube's colors are red, black, and white. And when we look at this image, which one stands out the most to you? It's probably the green one, right? Especially if I twirl it around. So now going into channel page tips and tricks. So when you first log into YouTube, it can be very scary, and this is what you can see. You don't really know where to start. It's not colorful like your competitors. It's kind of like, oh, well, where do I begin? But with a few tips and tricks, you can change this boring template into something beautiful and on brand and perfect for your industry. The first thing that I want to go into is channel art. So channel art should be a reflection of your brand. It should be simple, it should be different, But remember to keep different devices in mind. And when I say different devices, I mean desktop computers, mobile devices, tablets. The YouTube channel art will show different on all of these devices. So if you think adding text is a good idea, just make sure you test it within these different devices. I included the safe area dimensions in there, and that's going to be the area within the template itself. When scaled down, it's still going to show. The custom link overlays are what show on top of the channel art. So you can choose up to 5 links to display, and the first link that you select will be much longer. So you'll see that we have a subscribe to Smarter Travel as the call to action here. And this is a special link that we create that actually entices users to subscribe to our channel a lot easier, and I'm going to get to that URL in a little bit. But you can select any links that you want. You can drive traffic to a specific landing page. You can drive traffic to your Facebook page, your Twitter page, or your home page. So definitely keep this in mind when you're optimizing this section. The featured channels is another area that you can optimize. So in my media company, I work for Smarter Travel, and we own and operate 6, 7 different travel websites, all under TripAdvisor. So I've included all of our related channels within this section, and I've optimized the channel to say Smarter Travel Network. So if you're working with other companies or you're working with similar companies, you can feature their channels on your own and think of it sort of as internal linking when it comes to search engine optimization. The channel trailer is a great way to introduce your brand to new visitors. So the channel trailer is going to be the first video that a user will see. And think about it, if you have a new user, they can see one video, and if you have a returning user, they can see a different video. So maybe craft 2 separate videos. To new users, the video plays on autoplay, so just be careful with any background noise that you have. Yeah. The About page is a sneaky section that not a lot of people take advantage of. So the About page is an area where you can include keywords about your brand, about your channel, about your company, and these are what YouTube takes to show your channel in their own search engine results. So definitely craft a meaningful About Me page, and if you have a certain upload schedule, paste it there too so people can know on every Tuesday, I'm going to come back and watch your videos. The first 157 to 160 characters do act like that meta description that I was talking about in the videos themselves. So just be cognizant when you're crafting that description. And also mention your brand name. A lot of people don't do this because I don't know why, but make sure you're mentioning Smarter Travel Network is da 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 da. Just explain who you are, what your brand name is. Playlists. So this is like a given, right? Create playlists to group your similar videos together, but the playlist name and the playlist description are also used for optimization of your channel. Because if someone is searching for a specific playlist that you have without knowing you have a playlist, YouTube can show that playlist in the search results instead of a video. This is another sneaky way to incorporate those semantic keywords into your channel. So if you ever logged into Smarter Travel's YouTube channel, you'll see that we have a lot of crafted and curated playlist names that are simple, easy to understand, and it's keywords that people are actually searching for. And then definitely feature your playlists that you're creating. So on your homepage itself, YouTube isn't just going to select your playlists. You actually have to choose your playlists that are showing up. And you can change the way that these playlists display. You can display them horizontally, you can display them vertically, you can display individual videos or playlists. Mix and match it so that when people are scanning through your YouTube homepage, they can really identify the videos that they want to see. And for video overlay, there's two separate areas that we can add optimization. One is video cards and one is end screens. So video cards can play at any point in your video. If you notice that users are dropping off at a certain point of your video, add a video overlay so that we can drive traffic to another video. We want to keep people on YouTube because the longer they stay on YouTube, the more ads they see and the more YouTube favors our channel. The end screens are templates that can display in the last 20 seconds of your video. So when you're working with your video editor, try to craft a template that would be valuable to overlay a subscribe button, additional channels to watch, additional playlists, additional videos. These are super important to do to keep those people on YouTube. And this is an example of if an area where audience retention drops off, this is where we can add one of those video overlays to get them to our next most popular video. Another sneaky area is to include a small watermark subscribe button at the bottom right of your channel. I've seen people's heads do this. I've seen subscribe buttons that are red. I've seen watermarks. It's just a small overlay that you can add that you can show up maybe 5 seconds into the video, capture that user's attention, and it's another way for them to subscribe. And this is the subscribe URL that I was referencing. So you can have two different URLs for your channel. One can be a custom channel name, or you can have a bunch of numbers after that user subdirectory. But if you add !sub_confirmation=1, anytime a user visits that URL, this is what they're going to see when they enter YouTube. It's going to be washed out, and they're going to have one call to action to confirm subscription. So again, another really easy way to get people in the door to get subscribers. Now we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and this seems like a lot of information, but I've included all of the instructions on the next slide, and this is going to be really cool. So let me talk through it a little bit. The first thing that you want to do is get Scraper for Chrome. This is a plugin where you can basically right-click and crawl anything on any website. So us who are in SEO know H1s and H2s and H3s. Basically, YouTube videos use H2s as their title. And then we're going to download Screaming Frog, which is a scraper, which essentially can scrape any URL and bring us back information. Now I'm telling you, this might seem crazy, but take a screenshot of these tips and try this when you are home. You are going to wow the heck out of your bosses when you do this. But let me walk through how you do it. So log on to your competitor's YouTube channel. Go to their videos tab. Scroll, 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 load more, scroll, 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 scroll until you hit the bottom. Using that fun scraper tool, Scraper for Chrome, you're going to right-click on any of those YouTube videos. You're going to say Scrape Similar. And then it's going to bring up a little window, and it's going to bring up every single YouTube URL and every single video title that they have on that page. Then what you're going to do is use a simple Excel formula, just append youtube.com onto those URLs, and you're going to run those URLs through Screaming Frog web crawler. And when you finish, this is what you're going to get. Every single title, every single 5,000 character description, and every single tag that your competitors are using. If you wanted to take it a step further, you can go onto a text analysis free tool, plug it in and see the themes that they're using or relevant keywords that they're using. But this is an awesome way, if you're starting from scratch, to get a head start on what your competitors are doing. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you're all excited to do some optimization of your YouTube channel, and thank you.